So guys, 18 Dap here. Welcome to episode 3 of the Rambling Rovers, and you'll recognise, well, a very recognisable face. It was him in the last episode. He's agreed to come back and have another chat and kind of dissect what's been a terrible couple of seasons. And I think the main question and the main kind of feedback was positive from the last episode, John. So big thank you for coming on again. But one question that I saw crop up quite a lot and I got asked about was your personal kind of top 11 as a squad of Doncaster Rovers players that you've watched. Obviously, you've watched the club for over 60 years now. There must have been some very, very good players in that. And I think that's probably a good starting point before we take a look at what's happened this season.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
the floor is yours, John. Your
well, I'm going to miss out some of my personal favourites because I can't remember everything. But what I would say, I'm going to start in goal, and I would say in goal, I just go back to Harry Gregg because I started watching Rovers about 57, 58 season. They got relegated from what was then Division 2. So Harry Gregg was a personal favourite, although I was heartbroken when he went to Manchester United for a world record fee, and of course, only a few months later, he was the hero of Munich by saving. I think he saved the centre half, whose name Faust. Anyway, and I think he saved a baby as well, which is fantastic. He should have been knighted for that, in my opinion. But anyway, so I was saying goal, Greg. More recently, I would have to go with Neil Sullivan because he was a particular favourite of mine. What a quality goalkeeper he was. I think I'm somewhat biased to the years when I was chairman because
just a little.
So my back four would be right back would be Jimmy O'Connor, closely followed. I've normally got to it. Jimmy O'Connor, who was a great fullback, and we sold him to Derby in the end, but what a great guy. Still a friend of mine on Facebook. And the other one I put in with him at right back would be Harold Wilcoxon, because that great deal we did with Rotherham years ago where we got Wilcoxon, Clish and Rabjohn, and they got a couple of our players, I can't even remember, and then we went on to win the league with those three players are fantastic. Centre backs, well, I've got a plethora of people for that, but I've got to go with Matt Mills. Matt Mills, because he was a record sale for Rovers, £2.5 million. Matt Mills was great. And then, of course, Darren Moore. We won't be too happy at the moment with Wednesday losing 4-0.
No.
And the other guy that also was a great defender was, I'm trying to remember his name now, Wilcox, the centre-back with Moore. It's like Wilcox.
It's a little bit before my time.
Before your time, anyway. Oh, God, my memory's only...
Sorry.
And then left back, I'm going with Gareth Roberts because I signed him from Tranmere. Great left back. And Clish, who was in the Rotherham deal, was a great player in the 60s. And then, midfield, well, I've got some great players here. Some you won't remember. One of my personal favourites was Joe Laidlaw, who's dead now, unfortunately, but he played in the Premier League for Carlisle. But more recently, we've got Brian Stock. What a signing he was.
Unreal.
And Richie Wellens, of course, another wonderful signing. Woods, who was a good signing from Rotherham. Plenty of options. Up front, it's just, I've got to go with Alec Jeffrey as my all-time favourite, with Laurie Sheffield. But then you've got to think of Kitchen, O'Callaghan, Heffernan, Sharp. Sharp, my God. James Hayter, my God. What we would gift having a forward line like that now. On the left, a very underrated player, but I thought he was very good, was Oster. He was a great little player.
Yeah, he was,
Of course, Cottrell Cottrell, great shot on him, scored some great goals. And on the other side, of course, good old James Coppinger. And Terry Curran was a great player for Rovers. Didn't play for as long. We sold him to Notts Forest, but he was a very good player.
Yeah.
So pick your bones from that one. That was a great team. And,
to be fair, looking at that, there's not much that I disagree with you on. Sullivan in goal, definitely. O'Connor at right back, I'd agree.
That's a Premier League team there.
Yeah,
you get a Premier League team out of that.
I think I'd have to maybe slot Rob Jones in there instead of
Darren. Oh God,
thinking.
how can I forget Rob Jones? Yeah, I would agree with you straight away. Rob Jones, yeah.
I think the only other name that kind of comes to mind instantly for kind of my era of Rovers players is it's got to be McIndoe on the left. I thought he was
of course. Well, yeah, another one of my side. Yeah, and the other one, of course, Alan Warboys. He started his career with us, then went to Wednesday, and he ended his career with us.
Yeah.
When he came back from Doncaster Rovers, what a player he was! And I've forgotten. How can I? Ian Glenn Snowden. How can you forget that?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I think looking back at that.
Colin Douglas.
Oh
my God!
I think looking back at some of
Jesus.
I think looking back at some of those players, it shows that we had players there that you could connect to as a fan base, and I'd probably say we've lost that over the last 2 to 3 years with kind of the loan market, which I'm not against. I think if it's used properly, we've seen in the past that loan players have come in, and your likes of Tom Anderson, Ben Whiteman, Billy Sharp all came in on loan.
Whiteman, forgot about him.
Yeah,
Steve Lister. Oh my
fantastic
God.
midfield.
We had some great players.
But it just feels like more recent years we've kind of lost that connection between fans. And before we started recording, you've mentioned that you've made yourself an honorary president. So
the Rovers, the current board would never make me honorary president of anything, but I've decided to make myself honorary president of the disappointed fans. When I say disappointed, these disappointed fans, I think we want to change into very happy fans. And the way to do it, first of all, I'm going to pay tribute to Terry Bramall, because Terry's put the money up, and it's a lonely blooming job putting a couple of million into a football club. You don't know how it's going to be spent. Probably most of it wasted. A lot of it has been in the past.
Yeah.
And when you're on your own doing it. Now, in my day, we had the wonderful Dick Watson, Terry and myself, three of us, all putting money in. And that made life so much easier. The three amigos, that's why we had so much success. I mean, but not only did we put the money in, we spent it very wisely. And that's what I hope is going to happen, because I've got I actually wrote to Terry and said, look, Terry, please get Graham McCann in, please put some money into Rovers, please. Well, there's one or two other things I asked him to do, and he's done everything I asked him to other than one, which I hope he'll do in due course. But all I can say is we need to get behind Graham McCann and Terry Bramall. I mean, Terry's not a great football fan, never really was. No. He likes the opera, and he likes ballet and music and things like that, which is very good. But, and that's why I think, he's done a great thing with Doncaster. He's put probably 20-30 million in, well, for something that really was, his hometown club, I suppose, but he wasn't a passionate fan like I was. And Dick was a big football fan as well. So the reality is we've got to do our bit. If you like, the people on the outside, I used to be on the inside as chairman, but now I'm on the outside. And from the outside, what I want to do is say, look, come on, Doncaster Rovers supporters, let's get behind Terry, let's get behind Graham McCann, and let's get this club out of this League Two where we don't belong. We're only on loan. And the loan is running out fast. So what we want to do is get back into League One and then make every effort to get in the Championship again, because that's where we need to be. So what we need to do, and this is a plea, because I've got a lot of friends on Facebook, 5,000. A lot of them are Rovers fans, and they know We've had some great times, mainly under my stewardship, in all fairness. But we've had some great times, and we want to bring those great times back. But it's all down to money, and it shouldn't be just down to Terry. Look, I'm sort of making this plea. We need 6,000 season ticket holders. We had 8,000 when we were in the Championship, so they're there. So if you're a Leeds fan or a Man United fan or whatever else you support, come and support Rovers as well by buying a reasonably priced season ticket. I mean, the season ticket of Rovers are very reasonable. Now, I'm personally going to buy 10. I'm going to buy 10 season tickets, not for myself or my family or anything like that. I'm going to buy 10 and I'm going to give them away and to people that possibly can't afford one. So and then we can have a little draw. I'll get my daughter to do a draw and we'll give at least 10 away. That's a start. Long way short, 6,000, admittedly. But I want everyone that's got even an inkling of support for Doncaster Rovers and wants them to do well, buy a season ticket. Give Graham McCann a fighting fun, not just Terry, but let's everyone else have a go. You know, we can win this league. We can. But I'll be happy just to get promotion this year. Let's just get promotion. People say, oh, you've got Wrexham and Notts County. For God's sake, Doncaster Rovers were in a different stratosphere to those clubs only a few years ago. We've got to get our confidence back. The fan base has got to get its confidence back. We've got to get the keeper. I'm fed up of seeing swathes of red seats totally empty. I want to see it full. I want to see, but the only way we're going to get it full is by exciting positive football. The last couple of years has been dreadful. I mean, I've been sat at home watching an iPod thinking, it's almost, I'll feel like turning it off. Shocking. So,
it's been a tough watch, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been awful. The worst since, was it 97, 98, whenever it was.
Yeah.
But the situation now is Graham McCann. I watched his last game for Rovers, which was Charlton away, if you remember, in the League One playoffs.
Yeah.
And we beat them 3-2. And if it wasn't for that Morosi just unfortunately slipping for their second goal, we'd have gone on to the final and I'm sure we'd have beaten Sunderland. Yeah. But what attacking football, tremendous movement. It wasn't one shot on target. It was a whole host of shots. It was exciting.
Yeah, and hopefully he can bring that back. But like you say, ultimately he needs to build that squad now.
Bring it back. He will bring it back. But he needs to be given the funds. And it can't be just Terry.
No.
We could sell 6,000 season tickets, then, you know, we deserve to have a team that is going to get somewhere and do something and be entertaining. Look, in all fairness to the board of directors, they've kept the season tickets very, very cheap. So, you know, people can afford. And if you can't afford to buy a season ticket and you don't win one in my raffle, then go and buy you can buy a 10 game or 12 game. Every bit helps. Or buy a shirt. Don't walk around in a Leeds shirt or a Man United shirt. Walk around in a Doncaster Rovers shirt, because next season, Graham McCann will make us all proud again. We've gone through a horrendous time, but I want Doncaster Rovers to be next season's Wrexham, where people say, come on, we can do it. Come on, we're playing attractive football. Come on, Wrexham, you come to the Eco Stadium. We're going to give you a right going over. Yeah. Because when people came, what was the chemo, they were apprehensive, because we always had a very good home record. And
I think we've lost that over recent years, haven't we? We've been a bit too lightweight and a bit too forgiving as a team, really.
You have the ball, don't worry about it. We're not bothered.
Yeah.
You know, this malaise has got to stop. We've got to get exciting football. And Terry's done a great thing by getting Graham McCann back in, because there's no way he would have come in without a good financial input from Terry.
Yeah.
And to be honest, my view is if you look at his record, he's a top quality League One championship manager.
Yeah, and I think it was said on the official kind of the interview and things that I think we've got a more well-rounded manager now who's come back. He's obviously gone to Hull. He's had a bit of time at Peterborough again, so I think he's kind of learned more.
And we've got his mate back, assistant manager.
Yeah.
So he's got a good team. He's got Klopp's there as well. He's got all the other guys, the Greeny people there. So we've got a great, management team together. We've got to get the recruitment right, but with Cops and Grant McCann, they will get some good players, but they've got the finance to do it. But our bit is actually fans, the long-suffering fans. That's what I'm president of, because I've been suffering for 65 bloody years. Look, within those 65 years, at least we've had 20 good years.
I think that's probably kind of highlighted and emphasised the way it's been over the last couple of years, because in my lifetime I've seen more ups than downs, and obviously the generation below me have only seen positive things. So I think it's nice to actually have a chat with you, John, and kind of understand the negativity, what we're seeing at the minute, and how we've been in the dumps before. We've turned it around. We've succeeded. The fans are part of that journey. So I think seeing fans actively leaving the stadium because of the poor football, the poor results, and whatever we've had over the last couple of years, I think it is important to try and pull these fans back, because once they're gone, it's difficult to get them back, isn't it?
Well, no, it's not. What you need is a bit of success and a bit of positive. Now, it's started because, as I say, we've got a good management team now, Grant McCann. That's the start. Now we're bringing some quality players because we've got the budget to do so. And the fans will start getting, you can see now, now, instead of just thinking about it, go out and buy a season ticket, please. Go out and buy one. Help the club, help you. And then your Saturday afternoon will be enjoyable because you'll be watching quality football, plenty of goals, and Wrexham and Notts County and all these clubs will be coming to Doncaster thinking, bloody hell, we're going to get a hell of a game there, because everything that's gone in the last couple of years is swept away. And as I say, if you get 89,000 into the Eco Stadium, you can get a good atmosphere going. Yeah. Bang the drum. That's what I used to take a bloody drum and bang it. And then I got somebody else to do it. No wonder my hearing's going. But enthusiasm is contagious. And what we need is, you download through your channel. We got all the people, even the people on the Viking side. A lot of them now are starting to get positive, apart from the ones that want to moan at me all the time. But I don't care about them. And as I say, as far as I'm concerned, Doncaster Rovers is just about, it's gone way up there, it's coming down, we've hit rock bottom, and now we're coming back. And let's get the excitement back, let's get the hoops back. Doncaster Rovers should be a town full of hoops.
I agree completely. And like you say, that positivity is contagious. I've seen it on social media since McCann's announcement. What I wanted to ask you is, kind of being chairman, what kind of dissection of a season is done during close season? So obviously the board have had meetings. Is it a case of just looking back and kind of seeing how far off the targets you were and things, and looking?
Well, I can tell you this: there's no point looking back, because what went on last season was so bad. All we're going to learn from that is we're bloody useless. So the idea is to look forward, make some positive plan. Never mind about a 5-year plan to get a championship. We want a 1-year plan to get in League One. Yeah. We'll worry about the championship once we're in League One. And we can't afford to be down with the dead men in League Two too long. We don't deserve to. We've got a lovely stadium. Don't forget, when I took over in was it 98? Yeah. We had terrible stadium. Bellevue, I loved it to bits, but it was falling to bits.
Yeah.
But now we've got a championship stadium. Or maybe want a bit of cosmetic work doing too, but nevertheless, it's there. We've got a good training ground. We'll be able to recruit well. The important thing now is to recruit well. We need a big centre forward. We need some solid midfield players, and we need a big centre half to go with the ones we've got. And as I say, if we bring in, I reckon, 5 or 6 quality players to add to the squad that we've got now, we will be shooting up that league.
Yeah, we've got a fighting chance with 5 or 6 additions, haven't we?
Well, it's got to be 5 or 6 minimum, because, you know, quite frankly, some of those players are okay, but some of them are just, quite frankly, not good enough.
Yeah, I think some of them have probably been asked to do a little bit too much too soon. We've got quite a young squad.
Yeah,
There's only really Anderson and Rowe who was there as support in terms of experience.
Well, they're good players.
Yeah.
But we've had a lot of injuries, but you're always going to get injuries.
Yeah.
But I think it's very important that we have a good squad. So if we do get injuries, we've got people to come in, because to win the league, and that's got to be our priority.
Yeah.
Well, priority's got to be to get promotion, but our first priority, we've got to try and win the league, because then we do get promotion. If we don't win, because if we won the league, it would be the 3rd time we've won this particular league, although we've won it in total, I think, 5 times.
Yeah.
And they should give us the trophy then.
Yeah, they should.
They should have given us last time, because we won it twice in the 60s, and we won it in 2003-4. Well, they should have given us the trophy. And they said, well, that was different, 4th division now. I mean, that's typical of the FA, you know. Sweet FA, as far as I'm concerned. So we never got the trophy, but hopefully we might get it this time.
Yeah.
But that's what we've got to be going for. You know, people, I always criticise, you can't have these slogans, going for it. But we went for it and we got it, didn't we?
We did.
If you think you can do it, you will. You've got to have a mindset. In my life, look, I was brought up in a council house in Cantley in Doncaster. You know, not the best auspicious, but I said one day I'm going to be a multimillionaire and I'm going to help Doncaster Rovers, years and years ago, and I did. And at the end of the day, it's the power of positive action. And what I'd like Doncaster Rovers fans to start doing, number 1, buy a season ticket. Number 2, let's get positive. Let's get positive about Doncaster Rovers, and get positive about your life in general. You know, because I say I want to live in a mansion, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I've done all those things.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to have the positive mindset. The only thing I'd like to see now is Doncaster Rovers win the league next year. So if I was a gambling man, which I'm not, but if I was, I'd have a few quid on Rovers next year. Because I really believe in Graham McCann. I think he's a great manager, and I think he'll do a great job for us.
Yeah, it's like I've said on Twitter, I think he's the first piece of the puzzle, isn't he? I think
he's the main piece. The main piece.
Yeah.
The main piece is the manager.
Yeah. So hopefully,
I won't tell you what the second. I won't go into the second main piece, because unfortunately that is definitely not in place.
No, no, it's not. But hopefully, Grant can and Cliff can bring in the players that they want in. Cops is obviously part of that as well. And I think for me personally, I've seen a little bit of negativity around Cops and his role. I think for me,
give him a chance. Look,
exactly that.
You know, you need years of experience sometimes. He's just finished playing the football game.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to take time, and he should learn from the likes of Grant McCann and Cliff Byrne, because these guys, you know, they're not going to be upset by the guy Stephen. Is your man's gone up? We won't be bothered with him. All right, but the manager at Wrexham or wherever, you know, they're going to be intimidated. Because don't forget, Graham McCann won the League One with Hull City. You know,
Yeah, so he's got the experience, hasn't he? So
yeah.
hopefully Cox can feed off of that.
How could I forget Rob Jones? Because he won League One with the Rovers. Sorry, Rob.
I'm sure he'll forgive you, John.
I don't want to be upsetting him. Oh, and Brownie, how can I forget him as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
God,
many good players.
we
And I
had
think
so many good players.
it's nice to look back at that, and hopefully we can look back at next season in 10 years' time and think that was a turning point. McCann coming in,
I think it's a
bringing the squad in,
watershed.
that was a
I
turning
really
point.
do.
Yeah.
And as I said before, give credit to the owner.
Yeah.
Lee Ramo.
Right.
He's stepped up to the plate. Stepped up to the plate.
And like you
And
say, it's now time for us as fans to step up and,
yeah. Well, look,
thank him.
he said, well, look, I put 2 million. What have you done? We've only sold 2,000 seats. Well, that's no bloody, for God's sake, if you're a Rovers fan, I've got an inkling. Go and buy a season ticket. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. And if you are, you can blame me, like the rest of the Viking seven.
Unfortunately, a message has just come up on my screen
There
saying
we
we're
go
running out of
again.
time. This has been a
Just want to
very
get
quick.
going.
Yeah, I could
Buy
go on
your
forever with you,
season
John.
ticket, please.
Hopefully,
You know what?
hopefully we can get part 3 going at some point, because I could talk to you forever.
Well, I tell you what, I used to ring up. You won't get the current guys doing it now. I used to ring up all the season ticket holders. So, John Ryder, thanks for buying a season ticket. So, unfortunately, I won't be ringing them up this year, but
No.
I'm going to, in advance, thank all the people that go out in the next week or two and buy a season ticket. It makes such a difference to the people of Doncaster Rovers. It makes such a difference to the fans, the suffering, long-suffering fans. And I'm the president of the Long Suffering Fans Association. And believe me, it would make me truly, truly happy. And the one thing that made me even happier was to see Doncaster Rovers at the top of the league.
Too right. Before we do finish off, you mentioned that you're personally buying 10 season tickets and raffling them off.
If I can get hold of Gavin, I'm going to ring up and buy 10 season tickets. But what I'm going to do is, if people think there's a deserving cause, like a young lad that maybe hasn't got any money, or an old guy that hasn't got any money, or somebody that's had a bad time or whatever, and the financial whatever, if they put the name and address down, we'll draw 10 out and I'll send them a free. Well, it won't be free because I'll pay for it, but I'll send them a season ticket. And if they put their information down, we can do it.
That is wonderful. So
I'll put them all in a bag, and I'll get my beautiful daughter. She did with these shirts. When I auctioned some shirts off.
Yeah.
And we'll put them in a bag, and we'll auction it live on, maybe even on your channel. Anyway, certainly on
channel's yours if you need it.
Facebook, and we'll draw them out, all 10.
Yeah.
And believe me, they won't be my relatives.
So obviously, if you have got somebody who's done a lot of community work, or they are, like John said, on hard times at the minute, obviously don't put personal details in the comments down below. Direct message them to either John on Facebook or myself on Twitter. I'll put the links in the description down below so that you can do that. But yeah, give us the story of why you think that person's deserving, and obviously John will make the decision if you go in the hat or not, and then we'll draw that out, and there'll be 10 lucky winners of, well, I hope the lucky winners of season tickets.
But believe me, with Graham McCann as manager, they're going to be lucky this season.
Indeed. But no, that is the end of episode 3 of the Rambling Rovers podcast. Hopefully we get John on again for another one, because I could talk to you all day. So thanks again for spending a bit of your afternoon with me, John. And hopefully we look forward to a fantastic season next year under the stewardship of Grant McCann. So if you've enjoyed it, big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Buy those season tickets.